Hello and welcome to that Peter Crouch podcast with me, Peter Crouch, Notorious SID and Chris Starkle with me. We've got a great guest on today, friend of the pod.
Yep.
Great to have him on as always. Looking forward to that. That's him now, actually.
Oh, great.
But while Ross answers the phone to our guest, we got new muffs, big muffs. And I know you're into big muffs, Sid.
Listen, as long as they're trimmed and they're manicured and maintained.
Well, this is something to do.
Look,
Beautifully done.
Yeah.
Well, look, I've been in this profession for quite a long time now. I've never seen such a big muff.
Really?
It's when we tasked the guys with, bespoke that Peter Crouch podcast muffs, I was not expecting this big and this green.
Has it made you alter the way you hold it? Or?
Maybe. It's just a mouthful of it, isn't it? It's unbelievable.
It goes well with the decor and everything.
My face on a muff is just brilliant. I love it.
It's proper 80s though, isn't it? Look at this. Something else.
It is. How long are we giving before one of these curl off?
Yeah, well, I hope we've got some spares. I highly doubt we have. But at the moment, they look great.
Do you think Graham Stacker's seen a muff like this before?
Yeah, there's no doubt. Okay. We're all done with the muff chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, interesting weekend, I thought, across the football. I mean, what have you been up to, guys? I've seen you're in festivals consistently.
No, it's just heading towards the end of the summer.
Oh, right.
And so there's a few little DJ gigs and things like that.
But it looks like it's going off wherever you are, mate. I mean, we've seen you on the Wheels of Steel at the Isle of Wight Festival and you were, you know how to get a place started.
We need to go again with some sort of Isle of Wight, Glastonbury. Well, it won't be Glastonbury next year. We talked about this, but maybe, I don't know, Isle of Wight.
Well, it might well be the Isle of Wight, mightn't it?
Something like that in time with the football next year. We
World
should
Cup.
Look at it all.
Yes.
I don't like this time of year because it feels like you get the last drops of summer, and I don't know.
Summer's gone.
People were already firing up the Christmas chat. I saw the Snowman, the Snowman TV show, the Instagram account for the Snowman's doing a countdown to Christmas. It's all a bit pumpkin spiced for me.
It feels
I hate
as though
it's nothing against you, Sid. It's all a bit ginger. And
That's what it is.
that's gingerism.
no, but I don't mean it like that. I just mean it's autumnal colours, isn't it?
Well, I think it's come early, isn't it? Now I think it comes that last week of August.
We're still like, I'm still wearing a t-shirt. I'm hot enough at the moment.
Yeah.
We're all good.
I love going and watch the football at the moment when it's, you're outside and you're warm and it's like Maidenhead sadly relegated last season, but it does mean you can now have a beer on the side of the pitch.
You was there on the weekend? No.
Yeah, so the fences have come down there.
Have they?
Yeah, the fences.
Well, so you can have a beer?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't need the periscope?
No, so everyone's just going mad. It's like, we don't need the periscope anymore.
And I noticed on one of your stories, the assistant referee with, what were they?
Oh my God! Like it was.
Oh yes,
bizarre shoe situation.
Wasn't like a boot. Wasn't an AstroTurf. It was a hybrid.
It was a kind of hybrid slip-on situation. Just have a look at what assistant referees are wearing on their feet at the moment. Just have a little look because there's wild stuff going on out there. Other stuff I've seen this week though, in crazy news. Considering what we talked about in the last podcast, did you see the stadium announcer who got booked?
Got a yellow card just after we talked about
Game's
it.
gone.
You can't book a stadium announcer.
I don't think you can book anyone who's not a player or manager. Really? What does it matter? Like seriously, if I'm selling hot dogs and I tell the ref to fuck off and he gives me a yellow, I'll still be selling hot dogs next week, won't I?
Yeah, or even if he gives you a red, who's going to take you out the stadium? Or
Your card system has no authority here.
No.
Outside of the football.
Zero jurisdiction.
Yeah, but I've always thought it's mad when the manager gets a booking.
Yeah.
It's weirder than when someone on the bench, like a gobby assistant or free kick coach gets a yellow. But at least they're in vaguely the vicinity of the football. But where do they start? Are referees carding, people out and about, traffic wardens, things like that?
What did he do to deserve that? Did you find out?
Apparently, I think the other team coming off and he was giving them stick on the stadium announce with the mic. And I think that was probably.
So when we get booked, and we've said this before on the pod, it's the same fine as if you get booked in the Premier League as if you do in the National League or non-league. I think it used to be £8, didn't it? It's gone up. Then it went up to 12. It might be maybe inflation. It might be 20. He hasn't got to pay that fine, surely. The stadium announcer.
I imagine he does. I don't know.
Okay.
But as you say, you can't book, say, the catering person, can you? It's just
no, it doesn't make any sense.
Crazy.
Another thing that sprung to light as well, we talked about again, was we talked about the Americanising the game and firing, hot dogs and corn dogs and firing T-shirts into the thing. I noticed Leicester City were firing T-shirts into the crowd, and exactly what I said would happen. People would throw them back at them.
Were they?
Yeah, like I don't think that happened this weekend. It was a historical
Previous
one, but yeah, we are trying to bring it in, aren't we? We're trying to bring it in like that.
But you are right. We do talk about these things in the podcast, and there seems to always be something that happens that weekend that matches. One, I want to get you two's opinions on, everyone's opinion actually. Getting booked, whilst we're talking about bookings, the lad who got booked for his celebration, it was Mateta.
Oh, yes.
But he kicks the corner flag every week, doesn't he?
He does it every week,
scores.
but now he's got a booking for it.
So did you say, you came in here, you said Cole Palmer had said something?
He's tweeted or put on Instagram or something like that. He's said the game's gone.
The equivalent of woke nonsense, basically.
Kind of is though, isn't it?
I think you said it, Chris, actually. If you score a goal, you should be allowed to do what you like, just obviously within reason.
Yeah.
Not something ridiculous, but I think...
What is that? Is that violent conduct? Is that...
I think there could be a term of aggressiveness to that corner flag. I mean, like there's kicking the corner flag and then there's like really booting the corner flag.
So where Rooney would box the corner flag.
Tim Cahill done that, didn't they? Yeah.
Oh, Tim Cahill, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
I know Vardy two-footed the corner flag and snapped it in half.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
also people when they score, and if let's say they scored a tap in and the ball like ricochets back out of the net, some players have got it and smashed the ball in the crowd.
Smash it in the crowd, yeah.
Just like gone, fuck off, have it.
But I think you should. I think if you're celebrating, that's fine as long as you're celebrating.
So you're thinking as long as you're celebrating a goal, you can do whatever you want.
I think you should be able to pick up the corner flag and javelin it across. I think you can do whatever you want.
No, I agree with that. I think
you're meant to go mental for 20 seconds.
Everyone enjoys that, don't it? Do you remember Tamiri Kitspire? Did he get a yellow for that?
That was the funniest.
He did get a yettle for that, didn't he?
He's like
shirt off,
booting the sponsor.
He's trying to take his boots off as well. Do you remember? And socks. I'm sure he tried to take the socks off. Do you remember that? Yeah. No, he lost the plot. The plot. Shirt off, kicked the advertising hoardings a few times, then boots off, then he was trying to take, I'm sure he was trying to take his socks off.
But this is the madness of the game. If we're going to go down this route and you start getting bookings for that, then VAR is going to start getting involved in these decisions as well. So it's going to be like, if you, well, no, but it is.
No, let's not start on
VAR for the goal and then for the celebration.
It's like, we're going to have another look at this. Did he make contact with the corner flag? Because if you're gonna get done for kicking it, surely brushing past it. I know this is really pedantic, right?
Well, that's how it's going. That is how it's going.
But that's what, if you're going to book for contact with the flag, I don't know the full story here. I assume it's like an aggressive, but then how do you come back on that on VAR or when that needs to get looked at? That's what I worry about. I just think we're making too many extra rules, punishing too many things. I thought you should be allowed to take your shirt off, but for whatever reason that can't happen. But then are we VARing? Was that a touch of skin?
my issue with the shirt off situation is after the game you can take your shirt off, but during the game you can't.
But still, after the game, if I was playing against you and I came up to you and I headbutted you, I'd get a booking. Well, I'd probably get a red for that.
Probably,
after 90 minutes, the card system stays.
What I'm saying is the shirt situation from 89 to 90 when the full whistle's gone.
Exactly.
Is shirt off booking. And then finish the match, shirt off, totally fine. It's the same people are seeing the shirtless man.
Yeah.
Everyone. Probably more so because if he scored and he's taking his shirt off at the end of the game to swap, the camera's on him for ages.
I don't want it to just be a moany thing. No. I'm just saying a bit like what we said with AI, let's keep an eye on it because before too long you'll be drawing the lines on people to work out if the shirt is lifted.
I think you could do a PowerPoint presentation here to the relevant people. Exactly. And just go, listen, scoring a goal is an out-of-body experience. Yeah. Look at my celebration that you've done. Your first one with
Manchester City. Yeah, for Portsmouth.
And just go, look, this is what it does to people.
Sheer joy.
You're right. The way that the game's going, especially on this weekend, because VAR will come into a lot of
ruling out Mateta's thing that he does.
Yeah.
Players need to make a stand on it. Like, does every footballer this weekend go and kick the corner flag?
What in?
Imagine that. Imagine if there was a stance.
Yeah, we're all doing it
There's
now.
players in WhatsApp groups and everything up and down the country. They go, listen, if you bag today,
Go and kick a
Or even
corner
if you
flag.
don't.
just kick it.
Actually, no, because we're saying it's when you celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you celebrate.
Every player who scores in the Premier League this weekend. And actually, let's support
Well,
it
up
in
and down
Love
the
League as
country,
well.
not just the Premier League.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's
You're
take
right.
it.
You're right. If you score, celebrate in solidarity
Mateta.
with Mateta.
We stand with Mateta.
We stand with Mateta.
We kick with Mateta.
All right. Just one story actually from the summer. You know, we're not quite over summer yet, are we? The kids, well, they are back in school now. But I actually played golf with Ashley Cole and Shearer. And someone asked for a photo of myself, Alan and Ashley.
On the course or
Just after, it was in a bar,
Right.
having a few beers. And we had a photo of this guy. And he said, it was his little boy, and he said, I can't believe I've had a photo with England's greatest centre forward, England's greatest left back, and Peter Crouch.
Wow.
I swear to you, I went, you fucker. Absolutely killed me.
How did he say it?
Howled.
Did he say it as
Howled.
in he knew what he was saying?
Oh,
or was
yeah,
it-
he buzzed off it. Absolutely buzzed off it. England's greatest ever centre forward, England's greatest ever left back, and Peter Crouch. I thought fair play to him.
That's a good photo.
Fair play to him. Yeah. Oh, fucking
It's
brilliant.
kind of true though.
No, I know it's spot on. Yeah. But I liked it. It was good.
Love that.
How was the
Brilliant.
golf?
Yeah, it was good. Good day, actually. Great day. Really
Played
good
well?
day. Played well that day, yeah. Actually did play
You
all
never
right.
see those videos of you, though, do you?
No, you don't see them. Do you know what? This is exactly right, Chris. I play well, and
Yeah.
people film it and go, oh, fuck. That's not going to get any views.
We need to plant one of the lads from the podcast.
He hit that down the middle.
Well, that's what we need to do. We need to plant one of the lads, film you, and then release it as if it's like sly taking from a bar.
Yeah, like, I'll just get one of the boys down here and
Yeah.
like as if, boy,
you absolutely
he looks
prove
shit.
it.
Oh, and then, like the commentary. Look how good he is. Brilliant.
Yeah. And then, the lads on the
made up.
terrace, they having a discussion. God, he's good, isn't he?
But it's you and Sid.
That's a great swing.
Like
that is.
Page all. What a great swing. This episode of That Peter Crouch podcast is brought to you by Cinch. Cars without the faff.
Now, listen, we know a lot of you love cars, but it can be quite hard finding one that you can properly fall in love with, one that fits into your life.
I know all about that. My height, constantly growing kids, and of course I've got to get my extra long golf clubs in it.
So when it comes to finding a new car for the school run or for going to golf, you need it to be absolutely right. And this is where Cinch comes in.
Yes, they're an online retailer. They simplify the process, so trust the process.
And they have the biggest range of cars to buy entirely online, which is really important for a tall, picky man like Peter Crouch.
You can browse online with the family right from your sofa. They've got over 40,000 Trustpilot 5-star reviews.
They've even got Cinch servicing aftercare when you've bought the car, giving you access to reliable, easy-to-book servicing at over 70 convenient locations across the country. It's just an unreal combination.
If you, like me, want to cinch your next car, visit cinch.co.uk.
We are back. We are back.
We are back. We're back in the Chumble Bar. It's good to be back. And Sid, you had a great weekend. Obviously, the games were Liverpool Arsenal, which was 1-0. Chelsea Fulham, and Manchester United scraped one at Burnley, at home. But Sid, you got the 3 points. Got a correct result, not correct score in every game.
I'll take that.
They said Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester United, which in hindsight was probably the right call, considering.
Yeah.
Chelsea Fulham annoyed me, though. That goal that got ruled out.
For the Fulham,
Yeah.
that's poor. That was.
Well, it's obvious that he was turning, wasn't it? You know,
But you say that, but it is. But then, what idiot is sitting there going, "That's a foul"?
I just think if you've got possession of the ball and you turn and stand on someone, try and stand on someone's foot, and then continue with the turn.
That's just part of the game.
Well, it's
isn't
just-
it?
it
That's
is.
not it.
Well, he's just not meant it, has he? It's
It's
complete.
You're allowed to touch other players, aren't you? It's not an aggressive act. It's not
Yeah,
a purposeful-
and obviously it was a great goal as well.
It was a
and-
great goal, and also the other thing. Sorry, it's a bit moany so far, but it's. I don't like the VAR goes that far back. I don't see what that's got to do.
I agree.
Like, just I get it for the offside. I get it for offside, like the very last move. I get checking that, But then what's to say that VAR check doesn't then affect a goal in the future? Do you see what I mean? That moment in time
going that far back.
Anyway, same discussion, but really annoying. And Marco Silva there, he looked pissed off, didn't he?
Fuming.
What is that like? You know, when you feel like you've faced an injustice and you come in at half time, have you been in situations where that, say, galvanises your team? Or is it just like, I don't know, just like... hard to get over.
Really, like, I've been in situations where it just fucking wrangles with you, don't it?
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, you can't get it out of your head.
Yeah, well, especially after as well, because they'd all go in the dressing room and then you'll have all the analysis guys in there with their laptops and iPads, and they'd be like, look, like everyone would have been crowding around and looking at the disallowed goal, then the one in the second half with the 4 different separate incidences, and they could have easily picked one of them out of it as well, and it'd been like, oh, that's a disgrace. How's that happened?
You know, I heard Marco Silva after as well, and he was saying, you know, the 8 minutes they added on he said in those 8 minutes, I think it was that we held up, there was no stoppages whatsoever, and then they went on to like 11, didn't they?
Yeah.
Is that right?
And that's when they scored.
Well, that's frustrating as well.
Just a quick one on the Liverpool-Arsenal game. Did we watch it?
Yes.
Did you watch it? What a goal. What a goal. But I don't want to go back on, but I wasn't entertained.
No, you weren't entertained, no. I know what you mean.
No, seriously, was it?
It was a bit, you hope for a bit more from it, yeah.
I just thought it would build up to be a good one.
I thought there'd be loads of goals as well, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it just, it wasn't meant to be. There wasn't a great deal of goal mouth action, really, was there?
No.
But, you know, great.
But what a goal.
That was an unbelievable goal.
Yeah, I mean, that's outrageous. Did you not think it was just a little too far away?
But
he's got that technique, isn't he? Like the slap with the dip. He's got a Gareth Bale, Ronaldo. They've got that in the locker, that kind of free kick. He's got that.
Do you think keeper could have done more?
No, it was off the post.
He dives. Have you seen it in slow motion? Oh, if they had a still shot of Raya, he is literally square, full stretch, diving.
Impossible.
I mean, whether he's dived a bit too late, I don't know. But yeah, he was outside the post as well. So he's give it his all. But fair play to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Big marker down.
Big marker.
This ref cam thing's funky, isn't it?
Well, it was good. It's got a great shot at the free kick, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
Is there audio on that, or is it just?
I think it's.
Is it just?
Well, I assume it records audio as well. I assume.
Let's see what they say.
I'm not enjoying this talking to the
the
fans,
stadium.
by the way.
Are you not?
All I can think is John Anderson Gladiators every time they do it.
Yeah.
There's this horrible pause for a second whilst they wait. And then I think City, did you say it in the last pod where you're like, they're a bit nervous about, but too right. Why should they be?
would be. Yeah.
Well, they're not public speakers, are they? Referees.
Joe, what I don't like about it as well, I think at the end, don't quote me on this, what they say, and is it the ref's final decision is, and it's like, well, it's not, because you've had to go to
Well, also,
VAR
it's
to go and get a
opening
decision.
up more problems because the ref explaining it to the crowd, the words they use can be different. So going back to, say, the Fulham goal that was disallowed, I think the ref described it as a careless act, whereas it wasn't necessarily careless, was it? It was intended in what he was done. It was just whether that was fair or not.
Yeah.
So it's just the power of words and how it's explained is going to be an interesting dimension to all of this. Again, it feels like overcomplicating the refereeing side of the game. But
Okay, so the league as it stands is Chris on 2 at the moment, Sid's 4 and Pete 5. Just a quick one as well. Obviously, we'll be down this weekend, won't we, at for the forfeit at Farnham Town. The game's been announced against Sholing.
Yep.
And I'll have the full match day experience. So
Get yourself down there, everyone. Make sure, get down there. 3 o'clock kickoff.
Or don't.
No, everyone, get down there.
Does your dad come in? I thought it'd be a proud moment for see his little boy running out and leading the team.
Potentially, like hold his hand on the way into the ground and then.
He'll want to take a photo, won't he?
No, I don't think.
I'm bringing the whole gang.
Are you really? You're going to come down and make a whole day of it?
The boys that come in. I was meant to be working. Yeah. And I've just gone, can't come in.
I told my little boy I was going to be a mascot and he refused. He said, can I be a mascot? And I said, it's my special day, son, all right? This is my day. Don't you ruin it.
I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it.
I'm very excited. I've never been there before.
No,
we've played there. We've done a little charity, not charity game, but a game between the golfers and the caddies at
Good club.
Golf Club.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's nice.
great. Great.
Good club.
Well.
Okay, the next part of the podcast is supported by Paddy Power. The big weekend fixture is, of course, it's the World Cup qualifiers this weekend. It's not Premier League. We never know where we are on this one, but England are playing Andorra. This is a big weekend fixture. England are 1 to 100. So a tenner gets you £10, 10p back. Bearing in mind if you back Andorra, a tenner will get you £710 back.
It's 70 to 1.
70 to 1.
45 to 1 for a draw.
Listen, I've played against
70
Andorra.
to 1.
I've scored a few goals against Andorra. In fact, I think I scored 22 goals for England. I think 21 of them against Andorra.
A 70 to 1 though.
Well, listen, like the famous phrase goes, so you're telling me there's a chance?
Yes.
Yeah, like I say, I played against Andorra. When I played against Andorra, they didn't get over the half. They didn't want to get over the halfway line. They basically just packed midfield, didn't have anyone up front. And when they got to the halfway line, they just passed it into nobody.
What, into
Our half.
Just to no one?
Yeah, so
They're
like
coming for a draw.
They played like kind of quite nicely, and then they obviously the centre midfielder was the furthest forward and he's facing the goal.
Yeah.
They had no one to pass to, and he thought
just-
he just give it back to us.
So it's like basically like the 89th minute
attack
when you're
your
protecting
defence.
a lead, you just launch it into
Yeah,
someone
like
else's
that.
half.
That was in the first
From minute
half.
one.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, like it is ridiculous, don't you think?
Yeah.
Playing these kind of games.
I saw a mad take in the week. It was, I can't remember, some other podcast, but did you see someone suggesting that Tommy Tuchel, as I call him sometimes, would take the United job, would leave England to go to United?
Now.
That's what they were suggesting. Which obviously I think is ridiculous for a number of contractual reasons, things like that. But
I heard the same thing.
yeah.
Really?
What?
Would he, if Amarin got sacked, would he take the Man United job before the World Cup?
Oh, no, I can't see
Well-
it. Even though he's on a short-term England contract, you can't do it.
But if you're going to have an opportunity to
What, to go and manage Man United?
manage Man United,
What, over
there's-
England?
No, I'm not saying.
It's
listen, I'm not
German
saying I would.
shithousery. German shithousery before the World Cup.
No.
Well,
I can see
listen.
this. Yeah, I can see the page you're reading it off now.
remember that, we talked about this.
Yeah. Okay.
If it did happen.
Okay.
Obviously, very
That would
small
be
chance. but
wild, wouldn't it?
Pretty mad.
Well, this is wild. World Cup qualifiers. We're World Cup is next year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Bit mad. Okay. What do we think? Give me a scoreline.
Okay.
Have you put this out there?
Yeah. Remind me of the extra point situation. 4 or above.
4
and a
above, yeah.
half,
4 and a
yeah.
half. So
4 and a
Man
half, so
United,
it needs-
Man United
3-2,
game on the
4-1,
weekend would
so
have
it needs to
been a 4 point.
Yeah.
Okay. This week, these games are hard to predict. So part of me's thinking, do I just go all in to try and get the big scores?
Oh.
Did put this on Instagram. There were a few replies. Hello, Joe Phelan, Josh Lua, Rach, Moggs, Darren Moody. He sounds good.
What's Mood saying?
Niels de Jong. Walty. Let's see what Walty's saying. Says, looking tanned, lads. Not you, sorry, Chris. Regards to you and your Super King. Oh, my new bed.
A new bed, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
How is the new bed?
Regards to you and your new Super King.
How is that?
Oh, it's a game changer.
Is it? You're on a cloud at the moment.
lovely
One of them
bed.
that you just like, you can't touch her.
Oh, it's got a
big
button
space.
and the whole bed vibrates. It was meant to be a massage thing, but you press it.
Really?
It just goes, like,
Oh my God, who requested that?
don't know. I just saw it. It was.
Kinky.
That's not kinky.
You kinky.
What's kinky about that?
You
What,
are
a vibrating bed is not
kinky
kinky.
fucker. That is kinky as fuck.
You and your Super King. That's awesome. He goes, anyway, Walty's gone 3-0. 3-0 England. Oh, I can see something like that.
The question is, do you see Andorra scoring? That's the question.
No, I don't. What? Have you got a score? Do you want me to give you one?
Yeah,
Go on, you go.
3-0.
No, you was going to say that.
Me and Walty go way back.
So I want to go 4-0,
You won't go 4.
but then I kind of think might as well go 5 at that point.
Oh. Gets you that extra point, doesn't
doesn't it? Go on, I'll go 5.
Surely there's only one option.
I don't know if this might be a 2-0.
2-0.
2 or 4, isn't it?
4 gets you nothing. 2 is more likely, isn't it?
You'd imagine at some stage it will be 2-0.
Yeah.
I would go for 2-0.
Okay.
Boo.
Go for 2-0.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, is it?
So 2,
2, 3,
3,
5.
5.
2, 3, 5.
Okay, we do have the Paddy's Boost. We each pick a leg of the Crouch Pod Bet Builder. The odds on that bet builder then be boosted by 20% and put on Paddy Power's special section of the website and app. I'm going to go with a player to score first, Harry Kane.
Okay. Player to be carded, I will go for Declan Rice. Sorry, Dec.
Okay, I've got player to have 2+ shots on target. I'm going to go Jude Bellingham.
I like that as a bet builder. I'm a fan of it. Odds are correct at time of recording. Please gamble responsibly. Moving on to Germany versus Northern Ireland. We do struggle on these, notoriously. I don't know how much you've seen of Northern Ireland recently.
I was going to say, I've seen 0 of both.
Yeah, Germany participating in the UEFA Nations League finals. Group A is just a 4-team group with a delayed start. Germany opened the group against Slovakia and are expected to have no issues in qualifying for the World Cup. You would have thought.
They have never failed to qualify for a World Cup.
No, it's good, that, isn't it?
That is good. I don't know. I don't know about this one.
Yeah, Northern Ireland have had a poor start to the year. They were winless in 3 friendlies, but they did win their last game. It was a friendly against Iceland. I'm interested to see Waltermard, Waltermard, am I saying that right?
The
Waltermard. Yeah, I watched a lot of him in the 21s,
Yeah.
But he's a player. Like he's 6'6", but he can play. Obviously Newcastle just signed him. I like him a lot. I think it'd be interesting.
I'm looking at the names there. They've got a squad of players, haven't they?
Yeah.
I think they're too strong for Northern Ireland.
Well, yeah, you would expect so.
All right then.
Give us some predictions.
So the last time they played was in 2019, and Germany won 6-1.
Yes.
I don't think it'd be as much as that. Okay, I'll dive in first. I'll go with let's go with 3-0.
3-0
to Germany.
4-1 Germany.
I'll go 3-1 Germany.
Right, final one is Denmark-Scotland. Interesting year for Steve Clarke's men. Suffered relegation from UEFA Nations League A. Lost the playoff to Greece. Even after winning the first leg away from home. They obviously lost their friendly and beat Liechtenstein.
Yeah, they're not having a great time up there, are they?
No.
Scottish football in general. And I haven't seen much of Denmark.
Still think Denmark have got decent players.
Yeah.
It's in Denmark. What's the crowd saying? Most
people are going Denmark by the looks of it. To be fair, potential goals in this though. If we're going by Instagram, but I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to do a 2-1 Denmark. I'm going to rob that off Nico, who's just DM'd me.
Crenshaw.
It's not Crenshaw, sadly. Do you ever hear from him?
I haven't spoken to Nico for a while, no.
That would be a good reunion.
Great guy, though.
Yeah.
I'd like to get back together with the Croatians. I'd actually love a night with them.
Yeah.
Good lads.
Yeah.
Croatia podcast special.
Yeah. Modric, Crenshaw, Chorluka. I'd like to get those 3 on the pod.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Charlie, that was his nickname.
Yeah.
Good lad.
Okay, go on. You can go next.
Okay, I'm gonna go 1-1.
Oh,
yeah. I'm gonna go. The Scots are gonna dig in here and get a draw.
Bravehearted out. Okay, 1-2, 2-1. Okay, I'm gonna go with a Denmark 3-1.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, someone who needs no introduction, Mr. Graham Stack. Right, pleased to welcome Mr. Graham Stack. How are you, mate?
I'm very good, thank you.
Yeah, good. I don't want to call you like a guest. I feel like you're more than that to us on the pod here. I'm going to call you a co-host today.
Very kind.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm very good, mate.
Yeah. So I see the jumper.
Yes.
I want to get straight into it because you're doing something big at the moment.
Yes, I am. Yeah, bigger than first expected. I think when I sort of set out with the idea of putting something on, there was a number of factors. So initially, I was speaking to quite a few ex-players and stuff, lads I'd either played with, played against, and in passing conversation, whether it's bumping into players at games or over the phone or wherever that might be, I felt like there was a constant sort of void or sort of a space where these lads were sort of struggling in. And it's somewhere I've kind of been before. I wouldn't say it had a great effect on me, but I certainly was conscious that you do find yourself, trying to constantly reinvent yourself, finding things to do, whether that's work or whether that's a sport or whatever that might be. And I sort of, the whole idea of trying to get people together was like, the charity football matches is kind of something that's been done and seen quite a lot. Still brilliant at what they do and the money they raise. I just felt like it never really made a dent. I've played in bundles, and I thought, how can we get ex-players together? What can we do? Golf days. I thought, yeah, that's kind of been done. And I thought, how about if I could get 10 ex-footballers to fight in a ring in 5 bouts, 3 2-minute rounds, at an unbelievable venue, which I think would be a really unique concept and really capture what I would call sort of our audience, sort of young, middle-aged people, love their sport, love their football, with a boxing crossover, some big personalities. I thought that would go really well. And then I thought, how can I add to it? How can I improve it? So I thought, what about the entertainment side of it? Who can I get involved? Peter Crouch. I thought if I can get some, like Crouchy, Ray Parler, big characters, Paul Mercer, Neil Ruddock, and I thought, blimey,
that's a good list.
What a four-ball that is.
This is why we wanted to shine a bit of a light on it on this podcast, because it's a fantastic event, it's a fantastic cause, which we should talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
But how Graham Stack is this night sounding? Do you know what I mean? It's the Stacky difference, as I understand it anyway, that instead of getting footballers playing football, just get them to batter each other.
Yeah, I know that, yeah. And
rather have a big old party afterwards.
The party's going to be mental, yeah. That's one thing I am looking forward to. But even like the venue itself is probably like, arguably, if not the best venue in London, if not the country. I mean, the Great Room holds over 1,000 people. It's unreal. I've been there for a few events in the past.
It's the Grosvenor House.
Yeah, the Grosvenor House, Park Lane, Mayfair.
That's where they do, I swear, it's like the BAFTAs and stuff like that.
They do everything there. The PFL Awards.
The PFL Awards there.
The Trick Awards. They do everything. It's huge.
They've done some big ones there. I'll tell you what, like we went there on Friday to do a content day. So me, Darren Barker, Leon McKenzie, Leroy Leiter, David Noble and Marvin Elliott. I wanted the lads to see, because we've done like a walkthrough.
So are they're going to be fighting?
They're 3 of the fighters, yeah. I'll go into
you fighting,
I'll go into
do you know what, bizarrely, you asked me to attend.
We couldn't find
You didn't ask me to fight. Why is that?
No, I just want Crouchy to do the Q&A. I'm happy with that.
You did ask me to fight when you first brought this up. You called me.
Did you ask Sid?
I did.
What was your reaction?
He said, it's not for me. He said, it's not for me, Stacky.
I said, it's not for me, Stacky. I said, but I'll help you in the other way.
Yeah, he did. He did, to be fair. But listen, one thing I will say, I've got the utmost respect for boxers, full stop. At whatever level, however many people you're competing in front of or fighting in front of, whether that's even just getting down to your local boxing gym and getting in the ring, that's a big ask. I mean, I've done it in the past, and it does take some bottle to get in there now, let alone when it's not your trade or you've got no experience in it previously. So you're completely out of your comfort zone. But one thing I will say, having spoke to people, they say it's the most fulfilling experience you'll ever experience when you come out of that ring. I mean, we're getting a walk-on music ready for the boys and all that. We've got a bongo player, we've got a saxophone player. We're really going to try. It's going to be a party, full stop.
So, can you confirm at all at the moment?
Yeah,
players. That are taking part. Are you releasing that yet or not really?
So we'll be releasing it this week. I'll just hit you with a few, for example, and then Jody Morris, David Bentley, Paddy Kenny, Lee Trundle, Curtis Davis.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Leave you with them. Anthony Gardner. Yeah. And there's a few others.
And you're going to pair them like against each other. You're going to kind of weight categories.
Yeah. So they'll be matched up on weight. Look, they're all inexperienced, so the experience sort of goes out the window. So I think they'll be on a fairly even level playing field. The weight is obviously a contributing factor, but at the same time, they're 6 weeks out from camp. Their camp starts today. Now, in 2 months' time, Paddy could lose a stone. you know, someone
You could
else.
also put on a stone.
Freestone. So you just don't know, do you? But we've got like the official weigh-in on the 2nd of October at the Grosvenor, which is like an open press day, and I really want to try and create a Sky Sports, you know, media day where there's a bit of a Q&A, you know, posing questions to the boxers and some of the trainers who are going to be there on the day. I want it to be real. I'm getting robes made up for all the boys. I have got one. I didn't bring it, but it's got the tassels on it. It's white and gold. It's got like
This fella's,
have we got that?
This fella's.
Oh, is it not in the
This
office?
fella's got a robe.
Oh yeah, I wore it at Crouch Fest. Yeah,
Oh, I love
that's
it.
a belter. But the same people that do Andy Joshua's do the proper ones.
I think I use a company called BoxFit, to be fair, but they've been brilliant. And we've got the gloves.
Yeah. So it's everything's thought of, every little bit of detail.
Yeah, I really have. Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting up at night. I'm on the phone and I'm putting notes in.
So you're doing it all properly. It's a mad
Yeah.
night. Do you want to explain sort of the driving force behind why you're doing this?
Yeah, so obviously I mentioned briefly about trying to reconnect ex-players and trying to give them a platform to sort of do good, really. Look, training for 6 weeks is going to help them improve their mental health and their physical health, which is brilliant. Giving them some structure and some stability, but also giving them a chance to sort of reconnect with ex-athletes on the night and have that camaraderie. You know, when they're going to train, a 6 week training camp, they're going to be in the gym. They'll be in the local community as well. So I think that's also a good thing when ex-football players are seen boxing out at local gyms. I think it's going to be brilliant. And then we've got like professional trainers like Dave Caldwell, Enzo Macronelli, Darren Barker, James DeGale. They're all supporting us in Kevin Mitchell. They're all going to take a fighter at some point along their journey.
Brilliant.
So we'll probably see the start of the camp when they're like, look like a mess, and then they've got a six pack hopefully sort of by the end of it. So that was one of the main reasons. Was obviously thinking about the players. The next reason is obviously all about the charities and all about the fundraising. I've said it in the past with stuff in terms of raising money. I think when you play football, look, a lot of us have done some brilliant stuff. I know you've said you've done a marathon, and Coach, I know you've done loads of stuff. So I mean that's brilliant. But I mean, I've done stuff in the past, and I haven't got the sort of the background that the two boys have had to be able to go and raise tens of thousands. So this was how I thought I could raise a serious amount of money. I thought about this very carefully in terms of who I was going to raise money for. Now, Willow Foundation is obviously one that's extremely close to my heart. Bob lost his daughter Anna when she was 31 to a rare form of cancer. He then set up Willow, and Bob Wilson was the one that basically spotted me for Arsenal, gave me my opportunity. So having thought about it and having been in and around the people at Willow, I just felt as that was a brilliant fit for what I'm doing, and a real big opportunity for me to try and to give something back to them. And then sort of more locally, there's a charity called Play Skill, who I've been to see the kids there a number of times, been in the ball pool. Like a ball's phone at me. My boy Alfie come with me the other day because they're obviously on half term. You know, they're trying to raise money for equipment, for days out, to help staff, for travel, transport. You know, it's not going to be hundreds of thousands for them, but whatever they get is just going to make a big difference to the kids they look after. Sport in Mind is a mental health charity based in Reading. I thought it was so important that I could sort of collaborate with a mental health charity that was aligned with what I'm trying to do. So it's improving people's mental health through sport, which with a boxing event is something that I think fits in. And Helping Hands is a charity. I was there. They're based at Barnet Hospital. I was there on, I think, Friday of last week. I've been there again a couple of times. I brought my daughter the last time I went. And the reason I bring my kids, I think it's important that they see. And I think it sort of makes them realise that there's a lot of kids and a lot of people less fortunate than what we are. So I thought that was always nice to take them. And they've got a room there. So it's only a small breakout room, and it's to help kids with their chemotherapy. Now, they've only got one electric chair, and ideally they need 3. It's not very private, so they want some partition walls. They want to be able to deliver oxygen, and they need tanks to be put on the wall and stuff like that. So, you know, the idea is if I can get 40, 50K for them, they can completely transform that room. And then obviously after October, I want to go back and I want to see the progress that these charities have made. And listen, this is not me. Yes, I've, you know, come up with this unique concept and put it together, but I have had so much help from other people to get me this far. Ex-players, friends of mine that have given me an opportunity to get this out there. And I think now we're sort of 6 weeks out. It's daunting. It's very, very exciting. And I'm enjoying it, but obviously it can be stressful.
Well, you've taken on, it's a big old event. You've taken on a lot to make it happen, so well done.
Yeah. And it's testament, I suppose, to you as well. Like, that's amazing. You thought about the charities obviously really carefully. They're all really close to your heart. Obviously, the Bob Wilson one especially, you must be, obviously good friends with Bob, and he must have helped you a lot. But also, it's a testament to your character that all these players want to come out and of course do it for the charity, but do it for you personally, because they're good friends of yours and they want to help you out.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't do it without them. I mean, I've asked a lot of people, ex-players that, I thought might be keen on doing it. And if it's not this time for them, it might be that, they might see the reaction it's had with some of the other players. And they might say to me, look, Stacky, I'd love to get involved. Put me down for the next one. And even now, I'm already thinking about what's going to be next. I'm hoping to do one in Liverpool or Manchester in June and get 10 Northern-based fighters, and then we'll have the best of the Northern boys against the best of the Southern boys back at the Grosvenor in October. And I'm by no means trying to be a Frank Warren or an Eddie Hearn here. I'm just trying to, people have already... You are. People have already called it on. They've already said to me, you're trying to be a boxing promoter. I'm not. I'm just trying to promote, a lot of good stuff, and this is the only way I can do it.
Yeah.
Right. So this night is the 18th of October.
18th of October.
It's at the Grosvenor House Hotel, Park Lane.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Pro Project Promotions.
and
it's a night to remember.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to put some links up, lads. Yeah. Click the link wherever it is, or here and stuff. All on social media. There's tables for sale. There's different packages, so people can go on and just pick what they want.
Yeah, we've also got Alfie Bow performing with his band, and we've got Colin Francis, Brandon Block, and Alex P DJing.
So that's a proper night.
So it will be, it will be a good one. It's on till 2. I have tried to extend the license till 5, but they wouldn't have it.
You'll find somewhere.
I'll find somewhere.
Again, the Stacky difference.
You've got Parla, Merce and Ruddock.
You've got to come up you've got to come up with some questions. I don't know what you're going to ask them for.
Oh my God.
I don't think you'll have to ask them much. I think they'll probably just take over.
Let me tell you
anyway.
now, I've got so many questions for them.
Yeah, I can imagine. I bet, yeah.
Oh my God.
But 4 England internationals in a ring,
like
that's never been done. Surely that's never 4 internationals in a boxing ring. 4 top internationals, by the way, and top characters. That would be funny. It won't be a bore fest.
Yeah.
What is the best fight you've seen? Teammates or changing room?
Well, I've seen some good ones over the years. I mean, obviously, there was one in Belgium that you're involved in. It was Belgium, wasn't it?
It was Belgium, yeah.
Got player of the year for it.
Did you get player of the year for that?
You got player of the year just for that.
I thought, you was there. You had just left, hadn't you?
I left,
Yeah, because it was Halsey. Halsey actually was in the cast, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
So, we were playing a game, and it was obviously our local rivals playing Royal Antwerp.
Do you remember playing in pre-season first? Do you remember playing them? So imagine...
Oh, yeah.
So when I was there, we played a pre-season game. We was at Beveren, and it was Lochran. Right, that was the team.
That's right. Yeah,
and what was the equivalent of it like here? It was like
it was a proper
one.
It
was naughty. Like so imagine I don't know.
Millwall West Ham.
Imagine Millwall West Ham. Imagine them playing pre-season at a small venue.
Who's come up with that?
Honestly, and I walked out. I was like, oh, this is tasty. Yeah. And then when I come home, and then it come up a few months later on, and I'll see this. I could see why.
So the fans run on the pitch.
Yeah, fans. Well, we were 3-1 up. And I was getting slaughtered with bottles, like the miniatures filled up with whatever. There was loads of different items being thrown up. I've just slung a couple back. We were 3-1 up. I thought there was about a minute to go. So I thought I'll do it. I waited until right towards the end of the game, thinking I can throw it back now and I'll be down the tunnel before you know it. And then there was just this old guy on the gate, and I thought that's a steel gate. They can't get through it, and they've come through it. Come on the pitch. Started swinging some haymakers and whatever else, and they've not hit me. And then I've just clumped. I think I've just kicked one of them, clumped the other one. He must have been paralytic though, because I don't really think I've caught him that well. Yeah. And it's just I think it's just sort of like half grazed him, and then he's gone on the ground. But I mean, after that, John Halsey, who was playing, he had his leg in a cast. And he's flown over the barrister. He's flown over the actual, like the boardings and all that to come over. He's like running on the pitch to come and help me out. He's obviously one of my teammates from Arsenal who was on loan with me, who was also in that case. But then after that, it blew up. I mean, I was on like talk shows over there. I was on like Images of the Year in the paper, and I did buy a drink over there. I swear to you now, I did that take to me. I woke up the next day. There was an Ireland flag draped over my door. There was a pair of boxing gloves just tied to my door because I was living in an apartment. I didn't buy. I swear to you now, I barely bought a drink after that, which is probably a bad thing actually, because I probably would have stayed in the house a lot more. But no, it was an unbelievable experience, and one that obviously, the relationship I had with the fans and the club was, it was unreal.
Oh yeah. Have you been in any bust ups with teammates?
Yeah, we spoke about a few, didn't we? I had one with Nicky Shearer, and then we had to car
You
share.
personally?
That's mad though, because
were you involved in that?
Yeah,
Were you there at the
He
time?
was in training, it was there.
So what happened? You had a proper punch up with Nicky Shearer?
Yeah, basically,
But they were so tight though, Crouchy. They were like best muckers, and you lived.
It was next door.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
He's not like loud, Nicky Shearer,
No,
is he?
yeah,
Like,
do you know
he's
what it
quite
was?
quiet.
It was
So you bully? He's only 5'2".
No. It was that way. It's that. Do you know what? It all come from that five. You know, like the five-a-side that happens on a Friday. It always gets heated, doesn't it? The last day, everyone gets a bit horny, and our team was popping it around. We was 5-0 up, and it was like, ole.
I must have been in goal for the other team.
It comes to me. I flicked around the corner. He's come in and took me out. I've got up because I was leaving on a free as well, and he knew I weren't being careful, but I was like, it's a little bit naughty. And then he's sort of like gone, what? And then which I thought, it's all split seconds, and I've just
of course.
put my nose on his head.
You headbutt
No, I
him.
didn't basically.
And then he swung.
Put my nose on his head.
Did you
put your head on his
actually
nose?
headbutt him?
Oh yeah, I caught him bad.
Did you?
Yeah, and then he swung, and then he caught me, and then everyone got involved, and then we got sent in, and the gaffer was like, "Boys, what the hell?" And
Did
I
we
was
win
like,
on a Saturday?
Yeah, of course we did.
Yeah, we are. We only lost 2 that season, so
Yeah.
we must have.
And then we car shared home, and then we got in the car. Literally, we stopped off at the pub, and then had a pint, and that was it. And the next morning, like as if nothing's happened.
Wow.
Well, there's loads. You'd have seen
Oh
loads.
yeah. Were you in the dressing room at Stoke when it kicked off? Obviously, I think I've told this story before, but I never told it. I never said the names. Probably shouldn't. You know.
Is this the?
Yeah. When one of the lads has gone over, this is half time by the way, Premier League game. Someone's come over and he starts hitting him, and then the other lad and he's just studding him in his neck, like all stud marks all over his chest. Remember?
Yeah.
And then we went out, and it was after the game. It was totally fine.
I think that's that era though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, I think we're sort of a little bit different back then. I've got to say, I think things are definitely changed now. If you had an argument with someone in the change room, they wouldn't talk to you for a season. Like I've kind of been there. I remember there was one at Arsenal with Thierry and Loren, and Thierry wanted to kill him, and it was all because Loren didn't cut it back.
No, really?
Yeah. Loren shot on a really tight angle, and Thierry standing in the middle of the 6-yard box, and because Loren didn't cut it back, thought he could score, Thierry wanted to take his head off.
Yeah.
Because I think that was kind of why he was one of the best in the world, because that was his mentality,
Yeah.
just
Was
wanted to
that
score.
Invincibles?
Yeah, that was that season. I actually got a funny feeling it was against Spurs. I can't remember, but I think it was a big game. Well, they're all big games, but
Oh, it weren't in training. It was actually.
that was in a game. Oh yeah.
And what did he do it on the pitch, or did he
as
carry
soon
it
as
on in the dressing room?
yeah, and that's the only professional thing about it. I think he waited till we got down the tunnel and got in the change room. But I just remember being in the change room and I was just thinking, I didn't know what it was about. And then I've obviously cottoned on and realised that's what it was all about. But again, after the game, big cuddles and like that. Like, it's
Whose
because they're
side
just
was
winners. Do you know
Arsenal
what I
on?
mean?
That's the question.
What's that?
Whose side was Arsenal on?
I don't think Arsenal got too involved, to be honest with you. I think he kind of lets the players deal with things like that. I think that's what it was like, because he knew there were so many leaders in it.
Do you remember Lee Dixon's one with
Dennis? Yeah, I remember that. That was a naughty one, yeah.
Was it?
Well, it weren't naughty. It was like it was like Dennis has got that nasty streak.
Oh
in
yeah, I
him.
remember that where he used to
Yeah.
just clip people's Achilles.
Yeah. Well, he used to
all
like
the
the way,
time.
yeah. I think there was a few. I'd see him do a couple of goalies. To be fair, you know, like the late one, like go pretend like try and take it past the goalie, but just like stab him in the
Leave
head.
it in.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, it ain't a classic, but it was just like
That was one of the first ones I see.
Was it?
We're only
in the first team.
Punch up or
Like, you couldn't really class it. They was throwing sort of
handbags.
handbags.
Yeah, but it was only ones where it's like, oh,
Yeah, I think it was because it was Dennis Bergkamp.
yeah.
You know, because he's such a genius.
Yeah.
You're not expecting him to be able to fancy a scrap, which is probably, you know, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, I suppose. But yeah, I think
Didn't
it was just a
look
surprise
like
it was him.
Yeah. I had that reminds me of one. We were, do you know, on a Friday you do set pieces, and the team that aren't playing, they don't really. You basically. It's an unwritten rule. It's like, don't try too hard. You know, we're the team.
Yeah.
Just kind of let us do it, and then we all go in early, right? So if you let us, you know, if you're trying too hard and we don't score, then we're all going to be out here all day. So anyway, Philip Woolshide was a German centre-half we had. And anyway, he's fucking roughing me up and I'm going, Phil, calm down. I said, it's just Friday, we've got a game tomorrow. So just can't, and mate, he's all over me. Like as if it's like his life depends on me scoring or not. I was trying to calm him down. Anyway, it got to the point where I've just got so angry and I've ended up with scrapping, we're falling to the floor. Then I've gone, right, the next one, right, he's getting it, right? And then I've ended up, I think, elbowing him. And then he's turned to me. And then because it's not really my nature, right? I've clenched my fist, but I've kind of got it, like, here's your face here, right? I've got this, right? And I've got so angry, I've just pushed his face with my fist, right? That's how far I got. Anyway, that was literally it. Anyway, he's gone, I've been assaulted. Started going mad about it. Everyone's kicking off, and he's walked in. He's gone, this is a disgrace, because he's English, that's what he said. Because he's English, he gets away with it. Anyway, we all got back in the dressing room after, and I think a couple of lads, and one, I think it might have been John Waters or Robert Hoof, went, that's possibly the worst fight I've ever seen in my life.
Not even a fight by the sound of it.
I pushed him with my fist. It was horrendous. And
That's
then
probably
he went off crying.
Subconsciously, you probably didn't want to warn him though, because he was your teammate. It was almost like, you just want to warn him, but not really flatten him.
I just got angry. Yeah. And it was possibly the worst fight anyone's ever seen.
I don't think you get as many as you used to, though. Like I've been certainly coming sort of. You probably get more as you start coming down the leagues, I think. Like as you start getting down to your League Twos, national leagues and all that. Because I think they're just more sort of, they're not as professional for obvious reasons. That's why they're at their level. And I think emotions can get out of control. And if you're on a clean sheet bonus and it's £300, centre half's not headed, saying from a corner, that's giving me the ump. That's good, that can make a big difference to people, which is why people can fall out over stuff, like people turning up late. And I've seen it before in non-league.
Do you watch, for example, the current Arsenal team and find yourself comparing it to how it was for you?
I wouldn't say I compare it. I do watch Arsenal. I don't think you can compare it. Like I was asked, I'm down on Fozzie's thing, and we were talking about goalies, and he just said like, "What are your thoughts on it and all that?" And I was looking back at it now, and I'm comparing goalies now. So I'm looking at the top goalie, the Chelsea goalie, and sort of other goalies, and I'm looking at where's like Courtois, the Czech, Reina, Shea Given, Lloris, like Haya, like I'm going like where. Like, what's happened to the goalies? I'm looking across the Premier League. I'm looking at like the top 6 clubs, and I'm thinking, like Edison's going Fenerbahce. Like with respect, like Fenerbahce they're not a major outfit, and I do like Edison, and I know they're signing Donnarumma potentially, and I know United have just took a goalkeeper today, but like I just don't see. I think the levels dropped off massively for goalkeepers. Yeah, obviously coming away from that point, but I just think that they're now. I think they're so robotic now, goalkeepers. I think they're so set in. That's the instruction, that's the pattern, that's how we're going to play, rather than actually taking a bit of responsibility and going, I'll be accountable if I'm going to smash the ball down the length of the pitch, I'm going to do it. And I think that's why some goalies getting caught out. But I mean, I watched the Arsenal game yesterday, and I said you can't compare, but I don't think that team is anywhere close to the one that I was involved in. And I don't think you'll get another team. Be very surprised if you get another Arsenal team as good as that team, as long as I'm around.
What was it like away from the pitch? Obviously, on the pitch was no doubt that team was unreal, like 1 to 11 and bench as well. But what was it like, obviously, in the dressing room, like day to day, training ground? Because like,
it was. Do you know what? I've been asked that before. It's like it's so hard to explain when you're on a team bus. You're going to Inter Milan. You're going to Old Trafford. You're going to Anfield. You're going to Stamford Bridge, and you're looking around. You're playing 2 touch in the changing room 10 minutes before the boys are going out. They are having a laugh. They're so chilled out, flicking each other's ear. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm looking back and going, how were they so relaxed? Like, they actually just had this mentality where it was like we just knew we were going to win every week. It was like, it was mental. It was so, it's so hard to put into words. It's only looking back at it now, I'm thinking, I don't actually realise how special that was. Like people I was around, travelling to these games, season deciders, massive, huge European games, Chelsea, Champions League and stuff like that. And it was just like that the group's mentality was something that I don't think I've never been close to being around it ever since, and I don't think many players could.
Yeah, Arteta has said this recently, hasn't he? He said that the current Arsenal team need to believe that they're going to win, and that's maybe what's lacking is that real true belief.
Yeah, there's belief and there's belief. I was walking out on the pitch of believing you're going to get a result, but there's also belief saying we ain't going to lose a game all season. Like for me, they're just completely different ends of the scale.
I think there's also probably a belief in the Arsenal team now. They haven't quite done it now, but I think there's borderline arrogance in that Invincible team. I mean, the way the players even walked. Do you know what I mean? It was like they're just looking. They just know how good they are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I think it's a good thing, and it worked well.
But I think the people were scared of them. They'd walk down that tunnel, and Patrick Vieira standing at the front. And you've got Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry, Sol Campbell. You've got some major leaders in there. And I'm thinking that for me is the biggest difference in these modern day teams is they ain't got players like that no more. There is, but there's a lack of them in my opinion. Like every great team has great leaders. And I think it's few and far between nowadays, which I think why there is probably, look at the Arsenal group now. There's definitely a few in there, but I just don't think there's the sort of the ilk that they used to have.
How instrumental was Ray Parler in that dressing room?
Yeah, do you know what? It's gone on record. A lot of the boys have said, even like Patrick and Thierry and that, they said like he was invaluable to that group. Like Ray got it. Like Ray actually got what Arsenal Football Club was all about. Like Ray, he understood the FA Cup, sort of pre-warned some of the players about, we're going. This is the FA Cup. This means everything to the fans.
Respecting it.
Yeah, this is not. We don't take our foot off the gas. And I think Arsene Wenger was unbelievable for Ray because obviously Ray was going through one or two things and could have easily have maybe changed the team he'd selected for certain games. But Ray was always in. Ray was 9 times out of 10. Ray would start. Especially in games like that, going to Bolton away, whether it's going to Leicester, wherever that might be, Ray would always be one of the first names on that team sheet, despite obviously the calibre of players we had in that group, because he just got it.
He was underrated, wasn't he, Ray Parler?
Yeah.
Massively underrated.
I've always found it amazing, the fact that, you're playing with all those kind of Galacticos, and obviously Ray was a fantastic player, but you think, like there wasn't many kind of English players that hung around in that, and not just hung around, were hugely influential on the pitch and off it, I suppose. Yeah,
I think he galvanised the group, but he also added some. He's a funny guy, Ray. I think it was his sense of humour as well. That he actually.
Do you think Wenger enjoyed it?
Yeah, I think he loved Ray. Yeah, I really do. Yeah. I think he was kind of like the go-between, a little bit between, like, Ray would have a good relationship with Ricey, and Ricey would get, speak to the boss about stuff. If Ray might be pulling him and say, look, one or two of the boys not happy about that, or do you think we could change this, or whatever it might be. And I think he was the one that could break the ice. Now, Martin could do it as well, but obviously because Ray was playing week in, week out, I think probably it was an easy one for Ray.
Where was the most enjoyable time for you, football-wise? Like obviously the playing with Sid at Reading, and that was a good group.
I loved, my time at Reading was unreal. I just felt it was a bit unfortunate at Reading. I broke my feet. I broke my thumb, didn't I, a week before we played Spurs? Yeah. And then I wasn't too sure if I was going to start the season because Marcus has had a really good previous season, but I thought I'd done really well in pre-season. So potentially have a chance of starting. And then we lost 2 games all season there. And obviously, won the league, set a record, got promoted to the Premier League. So, obviously that was a special season for me. I've got to say, my season at Millwall, where I was on loan, I got one of the Club Player of the Year awards, played in Europe for Millwall. I get away at Ferencváros and at the Den. So, I mean, I don't think, as far to say as I think I could be the only goalie for a long time to do that for Millwall. But do you know what? I think the punters got me, and I got them a little bit because look, I wear my heart on my sleeve as simply as that. Not the most ability, the most goalies I've had there, or some of the goalies I've had there in the past, but I certainly give them all, and I think they were. I think they loved that about me. So certainly my season at Millwall, I loved. I won the National League for Barnet, and like people think playing in the National League that and I've played for like 7-8 Championship clubs, but that season was special because of that sense of achievement, and it was going away to Solihull, going away to Altrincham, going away to Gateshead. Like they were Halifax away from home, like last minute winners. You know, in the pissing rain. It's like that proper. That's what I loved. I loved that playing with them types of players.
And then also when you done that, all the kids. Family was there, weren't they?
Yeah.
Did you save a penalty?
I saved the last. Yeah, it was like the last kick of the game at Underhill. So it's the last ever game at Underhill. I saved an injury time penalty against Wickham. Won the game 1-0, and that gave us a chance of staying in the Football League. And then, unfortunately, we lost to Northampton last day of the season, which I could go into that game. Miguel Davies was involved, wasn't he, on the day? And we were winning the game, and at one point we were potentially staying up, and there was no information coming on. I think Bayo might have scored that day, and someone else scored that day. But yeah, give us a chance. So that's a special moment. But yeah, love my time at Barnet, love my time at Millwall. I haven't even played in Scotland, playing for Hibs. I've 3 brilliant years up there. Played in Europe for Hibs as well, and got to a Scottish Cup final. Played at Hampden. So no, I've been fortunate. A lot of clubs I haven't played for enough. I haven't played enough games. I've tried to. I've been on the move a bit, but found myself behind some good goalkeepers over the years.
So let's get a bit of background on this. So obviously, me and Stacky obviously know each other since we was kids. Played for Surrey, didn't we?
Yeah, Surrey.
In the same team.
Central mid. No, I played centre half, and you played central midfield.
I did.
Didn't you?
Yeah, played centre half. Can you believe that?
Oh, really?
I think I can.
Any good?
I think I played against you as well, Crouchy, because I played against you at Osterley. And I think you played up top, and I think I played central midfield. But I used to play on pitch.
In where was it? Osterley?
Yeah,
West Middlesex Colts. I played.
West Middlesex Colts, yeah.
But where did you grow up? Because I used to.
Yeah, so
you were always around.
Yeah, so I grew up as a kid. I grew up in like Collindale, around that way.
Yeah.
And then I moved over to Twickenham. My mum and dad bought a pub in Wigan near Twickenham. So I played for like Osterley. I played for Osterley Park Rangers. I played for like Belmont.
Yeah, so I used to play against all those. Yeah, West Middlesex Colts I was.
That's it.
And obviously we used to play opposite Sky.
That's
in
it.
The Conquest Club.
That's exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly it. So played with him, played against you both, and played out on pitch was a bit of a crazy one.
Yeah, so obviously our youth team was one of the best youth teams Arsenal's probably ever had. Won everything. And we had a good group, didn't we? Everyone like near enough went on and had a career. But like we had some nutters
in that group as well, though. Like if you go, there's a few in our youth team. So David Bentley, nutcase, yeah.
You love Bentley, didn't you?
I think he's amazing.
Bench is a blinder. By the way,
he's doing your boxing.
Some ability, it's funny. I said to Bench the other day, I said, Bench, don't you dare let me down. I said, I've put too much into this. I said, don't you be like sort of like, because he was swerving my texts and that, and he sent me a picture of him on a yacht. I went, Stacky. He said, I'm busy. Like laughing faces. I'm thinking, Bentley, don't you dare let me down. I said, get yourself in the gym and get yourself off that fucking yacht. And he said, Stacky, he said, I'll be sweet. He said, it's all good, it's all good. So we had Bothroyd.
Yeah, we had, Nobes. Do you remember Nobes and Jay had that fight? Fulham away.
Yeah, Fulham away. It was over a peg next to mine, wasn't it? Like someone put a jacket down, he threw his over there and he put his on there and it just all kicked off. And that was, I think we done him 5-0, didn't we, after that?
Yeah, I think Nobe set him up too, didn't he?
Set him up.
Don Givens was like, whatever you just done before, make sure you do it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they were scrapping.
Man, proper scrap before a game.
Proper punch.
This is Jay Bothroyd and David Noble.
David Noble, yeah.
Yeah, they're both game, ain't they?
Yeah.
We was only 16, 17, must have been.
Yeah, so we went on our
first... It was better than the Bergkamp one, put it that way.
How was it?
Yeah.
We was going
Crouch Woolside. Was it like that?
We went on our first boys' holiday, didn't we? Like you went the year before, but I come with you boys the year after because you was the year above me.
Yeah, was that FIFA?
No, it was INAPA, the first one.
INAPA, yeah.
And then, but
I might have seen you boys out there.
That was after. So we'd played at Barcelona for their centenary year, and I think that was the first time I'd properly witnessed this lunatic where he's dived at someone's feet. The fella's gone through on goal when he's just dived at someone's feet, and when I mean he's sliced his ear off. Is it your
from there all the way around to the back? It was hanging off, wasn't it?
His ear was hanging off, right? Literally just by a flap, right? You didn't carry on, you had to come off.
I played on for about 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, you had to come off.
Yeah,
blood was going everywhere. So anyway, we done the game, went over to the new camp, watched the first team.
Well, they bring me, didn't they? So they bring me. So the mini new camp is here. We've got the main new camp next door, and they bring me through to see the club doctor. So I was in the changing room in the new camp where they've got the chapel and all that. So because it was a centenary game, there was a load of superstars playing for Barcelona. So I'm walked in, I'm going, that's Patrick Kluivert. And then I see De Boer, and then I see like Ruud Hesman, like Hullet and Reiser going. I'm going, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Slides in your ear.
I'm like, this is blinding. So they've sat me down, and I've got them stitched up. I've not felt my thing because I'm just running on such a high, just like a huge adrenaline. And then we all the players were invited out to the stadium after, weren't they? So we were on the pitch. And they were obviously celebrating massive, like huge fireworks display, weren't they? And I always thought it's mad because I thought someone gave me a top. Like I thought it was the board that gave me a top. I said it to you the other day on the blower, didn't I? I said, I had this thought the other day because I thought someone gave me something. And I thought, because I was a goalie, like, why I don't really want the boss top or something. And I thought I gave it to you, but he gave it to you, didn't he?
Yeah, he gave it to me,
Yeah, so someone must have given me something and I've given it to someone else, you know, like feeling sorry for me because I've seen this 16-year-old like goalie like, with his ear hanging off. So I think there was a bit of like... it was nice. Yeah, whoever gave me something, it was nice of them to come in. But what a day that was.
And we still went out that night as well. Like, obviously, the doctors have gone chill out. Yeah, we still went out that night. Obviously, the doctors have gone. Obviously, you need to rest this and like tablets for the pain. He's gone. Yeah, all right, sweet. Literally gone back there. Right, who's out?
That was a similar stat. What about? We'll tell the lads about the story in Sweden. So when we're Sweden pre-season tour.
So we've gone. So this is at Reading, right? So we've gone pre-season tour. We are in.
We just got promoted to the Premier League. I think.
Yeah, it wasn't Stockholm, was it? We was in.
No, it was Gothenburg because it was European Games. The European Games was on.
So we've gone out on a night out. So we just got promoted. Gone pre-season. Gaffers give us like a night out. So we've gone out and we were mob-handed. The whole squad, 22 of us, got to this. Not got nowhere, haven't organised nothing, got to a place, no chance, not coming in, like one of the top clubs in Gothenburg. So we've gone away now. You know, like it's one of the ones where you're lingering on the street and he's like, getting a bit embarrassing. He's gone, lads, just give me 1 minute. So he's gone over to the fella and he started talking to the fella and he's come back, he's gone, right, sweet, right, listen, we're done, we're all good. When we go up there, he said, just say we're a part of, I don't know, some tech firm. So basically he's gone up there, he's talking to the door, but he's looking at the clipboard, right? So he's seen some company name saying times like 25. And then he's walked up, he's gone, no, sorry, there was a mix-up, it wasn't that, this. And he was like, oh yeah, come in, yeah. We've all gone into this club. Like, we're like, he hasn't told us, so we're like, he's pulled like strings here.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And so we've all gone into this nightclub with it, one of the best nights we've ever had.
Well, that tech firm had a shocker.
They've been turned down to the door 20 minutes later.
Jeff Bezos was having a tour outside.
I think because we've gone in and I think that was the first night. But I've done a bit of shopping because I knew there was going to be a night out on the card. So I've just gone down this local high street, bought a few bits and that. So some of the lads stayed, some of us stayed later than we should have done. I think it was me, Leroy, and Sonks. I think we've got back double late. I'm talking like early hours.
Yeah.
And I said, I got back to the hotel and I'm thinking, fucking, I thought, I ain't walking up the stairs. I thought I'm getting a lift. Sonks and Leeds were taking the stairs. So I'm standing there. So it must have been 6 a.m. I'm just coming in. We've got training, by the way, that day. And I've opened the lift, like looking like an absolute like bag of shit. Who's come out the lift? Steve Coppell, the gaffer. I've got my baked beans on. I think I've got like me shoes on. He knows I've been out. And he said, good night, son. I said, yeah, decent. He went, don't be late. So I was like, I've come up to the room. I said to Sidney, you ain't going to believe, because we were rooming together. Yeah. She said, you ain't going to believe my luck. I said, it looks like I'm the only geezer that's been out in the whole group because I've been obviously caught, so more for me. And then I've gone down to breakfast, weren't late. I trained, and then after training, Kevin Dillon, the assistant who's Paul City, he said, look, you need to rein Stacky in. He said, he needs to know that this is serious and this is pre-season and we're playing it. We're in the Premier League now and you need to get hold of him. I've gone back to the room. City went, Stacky, they're on you. I don't think you should go out tonight. I said, Sidney, I'm going shopping. I need another shirt. I went back out to the town centre, didn't I? I come back with a load of shopping. I was ironing it in the room for the night out. Sidney was like, there's just no helping this kid.
No,
he's going out.
He's
going out.
No, I ended up going out with you.
Oh, did you? That's handy.
Just don't get caught. That's the thing. Don't get caught.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. That reminds me, I remember playing for, I think one of the under 18s or 21s, one particular player, you'd know him, he got caught, but on the way out. So he's getting a cab and he's literally outside the hotel in his clobber and the cab's pulled up anyway, the manager was David Platt at the time. David Platt come over and he said to this particular player, you either get back in here now, your England career's over and your club career will be in jeopardy because I'll be ringing the manager. And a particular player just goes, we'll talk about this in the morning.
Oh, what a legend. I want to know who that is. We'll
talk about this in the morning.
To the That's quality. Oh.
No, it was just not, it wasn't an option to go back. It's like, oh my God, what is going on? That's incredible scenes.
That's mad, yeah.
There's loads of stories that we've got on me. Obviously, when we was at Arsenal, when you was obviously selling all the gear out the boot of the car.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That still gets brought up
all
now.
Like the Moody Jekyll Gucci stuff.
Well, some of your stories are amazing because I think, especially with TikTok, I've seen it's almost like they've got a whole new lease of life. Some of these stories.
Yeah. Look, there's. Do you know what? I've got in my notes on my phone, believe it or not, I must have 80 different stories because I've been told to put them down, and it was actually Ian Wright that told me to write them down. I met Wright at services one night. I was getting something off him to give to a friend of mine as a gift because tragically lost my mate. So I met him and he was an absolute gentleman. He gave me something really special, and he just said, I had about 6 Guinnesses with him, to be fair. I started off with cappuccinos and thought, I don't think he's going to fancy a beer. He said, do you want a beer? I said, well, you having one? He said, well, I'll have one. Oh, right, lovely. Before you know it, we're like 6 deep at the services.
And so you and Ian Wright at 6 deep at the services?
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. You imagine walking into that one?
So we were on the Guinness and that, and he was, and he said, we were talking. He was at MK Dons at the time, and he said to me, Stacky, he said, because I was with his boy Bradley. Mm-hmm. He said, there's all the lads talk about MK Dons on a Monday morning. He's like, he said, it's getting out of hand. He said, they've got nothing to talk about. It's not about them. And I think right half wanted it to be about some of their boys in their team. And he said, have you ever thought about writing a book? And I said, right, we know where to start. So he said, look, let's do this and I'll put you into someone. And then I sort of did. And then I followed it up with somebody, but it didn't come across the way I wanted it to. So I sat down with him and he was writing it as me, but it wasn't how I would sort of do it. And then I've just sort of left it. I've left it there really. But the ones that are coming round, listen, when people talk about my career, I've got nothing to hide. In terms of silly things I've done, I know I've made some mistakes. I know a lot of the time I've done things to make other people laugh, but I've always took my football very seriously. Yeah. So off the pitch, you can say what you want. Yeah, I've made some poor decisions and stuff, and I'll be honest with you, I don't have any regrets, to be fair. I've had a good laugh and I've got so many friends from so many different experiences, and I love that about my career. But one thing, when I've been on the pitch, and Silly will tell you better than anyone, I did take my football very, very seriously. It's just a shame sometimes when stories get told, it's almost like you want to tell them for them because they get one or two things wrong. Yeah. You know, like Pennant had the best intentions the other day, but I think he's got the order muddled up and whatever else, but it is what it is.
Yeah. There's two that I really wanted to say. Yeah. You probably said them before, but I love it when you tell them. One is the selling the ticket.
Yeah.
When we was all there at Arsenal outside Highbury. Yeah. And the other one is when we was at Reading, we was playing, and you had obviously the iron mark.
Oh yeah. On your back. Yeah, of course. So the first one obviously I'll start with the Liverpool one. So we're in the academy, we're 16, 17 years of age, we're getting paid peanuts, 40 quid a week. And at half time, every game, we used to go out and get a hot dog, get a burger. It's mad, isn't it? Now, like nowadays, like players wouldn't be seen doing that, but it was standard. We'd go out there, we'd get some food. But we used to have these tickets called paddock tickets. Now, these paddock tickets entail you to sit behind the dugout. But to sit behind the dugout at Highbury, you have to walk down the tunnel. So we used to have to walk out down the tunnel, past the manager, Gerard Olite sitting there, Wenger sitting there. We're sitting down. So I've gone out half time, we're having a burger. There's this Scouser, God bless him, he was bouncing from pillar to post down the street. Anyone got a ticket? Who's got a ticket? I thought, come over here, pal. I said, I've got one. I'm thinking paddock ticket. He said, how much? I said, well, look, at Runners. I said, but it's half time, I'll do it for half price. I said, it's a bullseye. So he's, where is it? Where do I sit with this one? I'm going, go up to the top of the hill, do a left and just go down about 500 yards. I'm sending him towards White Hart Lane. I'm sending him as far away from Highbury as you possibly can. I'm thinking, well, there's no way this fella's getting in anyway because it's got paddock written on it, yeah? And I think it might have had academy or youth team, so I'm thinking there's no way in a million years this fella's getting past the security on the marble steps. So we're sitting down, one or two of them are going, Stacky, that's a major liberty. You've just like basically nicked a balls after this poor fella who don't know what day it is. And I was like, well, that's his loss, you know what I mean? My gain, happy days. And I'm in the paddocks and we're all laughing and we're watching the game, and where you sit in the paddock, you can see obviously the tunnel, and I could just see this head's come out of the tunnel. I'm thinking, hold on, that looks like that geezer I knocked the ticket out to. Well, listen, he's walked out the tunnel, he's gone like this. He's thinking this is the best balls I've ever spent. He said this is the best. He's walked down the tunnel. He's been up the marble steps. He's walked down the tunnel at Highbury. He's now pitch side with Gerard Houllier and Arsene Wenger next to him. So I've seen the security. The security's thinking, who's that geezer? How's that geezer got down there? So the geezer's got him and gone like, where's your ticket? And he's gone like that.
I've got one, there you go.
I've got a paddock. But the thing was, there was no seats left in the paddock because they've all been used up by the youth team. So the boys are going like that, Stacky, your mate's here. So they've looked at me.
Well, I've done this. I've gone, oh my God.
No.
We've got Liam Brayton,
I know,
like the head, didn't we?
Liam Brady, Don
there.
Howe. But listen, what have they done? As soon as this geezer come up and started walking up the steps, Liam Brady's gone like that to me. He knows. He knows there's only one fella in that youth team that's going to pull a move like that. So there's a seat like that. The seats were small. I'm moving the boys up. I'm going like, get up, so we can get this fella to sit down because he's got nowhere to sit. So anyway, he's going to me. All right, pal. I'm going, mate, don't talk to me. Like, I'm going, look straight. Don't look at me. Do not look at me. Just sit there and watch the game. I said, do not make a noise. Right. Anyway, the game's going on. The boys are throwing sweets at the back of his head. Like, so I think Van Arts and a few of the boys, they're hitting him with Maltesers and wine gums. And he keeps turning around and he's going to get the ump. And I think before you know it, this geezer's going to chin one of the boys. So I've had to tell the boys to calm it down and stop doing it because you're winding him up. Anyway, I forget who had a shot. I think someone's had a shot from 40 yards over at the bar, right? This geezer is flown off the seat and he was like ready to celebrate. I've grabbed this geezer, I've pulled him down and I said, fucking sit down, do not move. So he sat down and anyway, game's come to the end. I'm thinking, right now, I've got to get this fella out of the stadium. He's got to go back down the tunnel and back up the tunnel, back through the marble steps. Like, how am I getting him out of here? Because then we've got to go past all the staff and I'll be with him. Yeah. So I'm walking back down. I'm going back up the tunnel, and there used to be a halfway house. Remember, they used to like carry out some like interviews and whatever else. And I remember coming back up the halfway house, and Amanda, who's working for the club at the time, I said, Stacky, have you got a minute? So I said, yeah, what is it? Just to let you know, you've got to do this Tuesday, Wednesday next week. And I was like, yeah, all right, turn around. The geezer's gone. He's gone. He's done one. I'm thinking, oh my God, where's this geezer gone now? Could be anywhere. So I've gone out to the marble steps thinking, he must have just gone out. Anyway, he's got two security guards. I've got him, like arm in arm. He's tried to get in the changing rooms. He's tried to get in the first team changing rooms. This geezer. So he's gone from getting the best ticket in the house, so now he wants to meet the players. He's proper taking liberties at me, isn't he? Wow. So they've carried him out. They've got one security under one arm, one under the other, and they've just walked him out to the marble steps, and I've just sort of grabbed the geezer. So just say, like, get out, you're going to kill me kind of thing. And he just walked out and he went, cheers, La, cheers. And I was like, yeah, nice one. And then I remember coming in Monday morning and I just got the curly finger when I got to the training ground. Liam Brady's opened his blinds up and I've pulled up and I've just got that one. I'm thinking, yeah, it's on top. He knows what's happening. So,
mate.
Yeah, so we've got to reunite you with that fan at some point.
Yeah, well, listen, there's only one supporter that's ever followed Liverpool that's had that experience, that match day experience. I don't think there's anyone out there.
I remember when he come out, he's literally, when he done that, Arsen's here. And he's like, he's there. This fella's there. You got Arsene, Pat Rice, and he's.
There must be silly. There must be able to get some footage of that because the actual camera would have been from the other side. I wonder, but you would see the geezer. It was just after half time, basically. Yeah, that would be able to find the season. I wonder if I can dig into the archives.
His family must know. Look,
I don't think he even remembers because he was so paralytic. The fella, he's
But then imagine that. Imagine waking up the next
imagine
day
telling
just
your mates,
thinking it was a dream.
No, but imagine telling your mates in the pub when you get back to Liverpool.
Did you manage to get hold of a ticket?
Yeah.
Well, I was in the marble halls.
I was down the tunnel.
I said hello to Wenger and I sat behind the bench.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, mental. What else did you say?
Oh, and there's one with the iron, mate, because that again, because there's different sides to that, because it shows you obviously the character that you are for doing that, but then also still training.
Yeah.
And
well, that was mad. So yeah, I was playing in I was at Reading, and while I was at Reading, I was asked to play for my mates, a manager at DHL, and they had a tournament over in Belgium. And he said, do us a favour. He said, you can come and take the goalies for me. I said, yeah, no problem. So I've gone up to Nottingham to take the goalies for training at DHL on a Sunday. I'd gone out in Nottingham that night with David Noble and Lee Canaville. We've gone to a few bars and that in town, and then we've ended up coming back to Cano's house. We're pissed up and that, having a drink, having a laugh. And I remember Cano left the iron on from before he went out from where his iron was ironing his shirt. I thought, I don't know what was going through my mind. I thought, fuck it, I'll stick the iron on, I'll heat this one up. And then Cano's bowling around the house with his top off and all that. And I thought, right, he's going to get it. So I literally put it on. I think I turned it up to the top, like maxed it out, and I grabbed it. And as Cano turned around, I took the iron off the thing and just gone up and done him. Like, he literally tried to
on his back.
On his back, yeah. So he's tried to run away from me, but I've caught him on the stairs, and I could just hear it and then smell it. And I was like, oh, that's a naughty one. And then anyway, we're a bit drunk, so didn't really think much of it. And I thought, I could see he was in agony. And he was saying, oh, that's a liberty, that's out of order. And it actually dawned on me, I thought that was a proper liberty. I shouldn't have done that, but it's too late. So I said, I said, look, I said, here, eat it up. I said, you can do me as well. I said, we'll both, you can do me. We'll have a go on me. So I just remember standing against the kitchen worktop and just, when you're waiting for something that's going to be like excruciating, and I've just heard that on my back, and then he's pulled it off, and then obviously still fairly intoxicated that night, so the pain hadn't really kicked in. And I've gone to training the next day to take these goalies at DHL, and I just remember waking up and my back was stuck to it. It was stuck to like the sheets, and I thought, what's happened there? And then I thought, oh my God, it all started coming back to me. And then I'm thinking, oh, I've got to train, like Monday at Reading. And I was getting in the car, sitting down. By the time I get into Reading, it was stuck to my back was stuck to the t-shirt and all that. And I thought, right, how do I go back? I thought, I can't tell the club, like, obviously, but I've got to train, because I don't want to miss out on being in the squad and the bonuses and all that. So I just like firmed it and just got on with training. And as soon as I used to get to training, I used to psych myself up, and I used to just dive on the ground to take my scab off straight away. But when there was no balls around or nothing, I just thought, I've got to get this. I thought, I've got to get this first one out of the way. So it's just to throw myself on the floor, pull the scab off, and I should be like, right, now I can dive. But because I was playing in goal, this went on. I had this scab for about 2 months, didn't I? And in the end, I was trying desperately so hard to get rid of it. I used to just try and take it off, didn't I? And someone at the club see it. It was a media day on a Friday, and we had porter cabins at Reading. And there was a lot of local press there to obviously do the pre-game stuff, interviews and stuff like that. And I walked out from one of the changing rooms, walked past the canteen or into another porter cabin, and obviously someone had seen there was a massive scab on my back. And I think one of the reporters had asked one of the lads, and where they've tried to obviously not get me out of it, but they've just given the wrong idea. They said I lost at a game of cards or something, because it came out in the paper, didn't it? It's like Stack had lost at a game of cards, and it was a bet. But it wasn't true. But I think the club kind of got hold of it in the end. Look, it was all right in the end, because obviously we ended up winning the title. But my poor mate Cano had to have a skin graft. So I think they took skin off his hamstring and had to put it on his back. Yeah, Cano used to play. He's like,
I remember Lee Canaville. I think he was like him and Ledley King were like. It was because everyone was talking about, because he went to Arsenal.
Cano would have had a top career. He was just unfortunate with injuries and stuff.
Yeah, ball playing so hard.
And an iron.
Yeah.
And an iron.
Yeah.
The mad thing is that week, right? So the first week when he's done it, so he's come in the dressing room, he showed the lads, and he's like, fuck, and then we're like, fucking Stacky, mate, that's bad. And he's like, yeah. and he's going like, listen, just help me out. Get me through this, lads. Like, so he's like, yeah, no worries. So I think this scab or this big.
I was asking people to shoot the other side.
Yeah, it was on his right hand side, so he couldn't dive to his right. So we kept sticking it to his right.
That's right. I said to the lads, I said, lads, look. I said, lads, do us a favour. I said, I can't go that side. Yeah. I said, so I used to go like this, Crouchy, no goal. So if the goal was like here, I used to go right over to this side. I'd like show them loads of goal, thinking they're definitely going to go. So I'm thinking, so I'd go that side and then still go that side, and I'd be thinking you're banging out of order.
I never scored so many goals in 1 week. I just kept whipping them down.
And I think the gaffer was like, keeps getting beat in his near post. I think I can't dive.
God, no one would have called that the fact you got an iron injury from the week before.
Yeah,
wow,
madness.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, but what are you up to now, Stacky? What's going on with you now, other than obviously what you're doing with the charity?
Event. So, I have had offers to get back into coaching in the Football League. I had an interview with a Championship club quite recently, and they went for someone else who had a little bit more Premier League experience, which I was fine with. Now, since I've been out of it, I've had more time to sort of reflect and decide whether or not it's exactly what I want to do. I was doing a lot of travelling. Obviously, went to Israel. That didn't work out. A lot of that was obviously down to me, but probably one of the best things in hindsight that did happen to me, because unfortunately when I found out my dad was very, very ill when I got back, so things did happen for a reason. I lost my dad within 8 weeks, so that definitely played a factor in me sort of getting back in. I needed a bit of time to get over that. I needed to be around my mum, be close to my family, getting back out again and travelling and hotels Monday, Fridays. Got 4 kids. It's like it would have been tough for me. At the Colchester one, which was sort of like a stopgap with respect to Colchester, it wasn't where I saw myself long term. And then I think the longer you spend out of the game, I think you do have more thinking time, and just sort of think to yourself, do I miss it? I miss this. I miss this. I miss being around the lads. There's no two ways about it. That definitely started to change towards the end of my career, and when I was in coaching, very rarely have I been in coaching groups. There's always been 1 or 2 individuals that have been brilliant and good fun, but I think the game is changing most definitely. And I would never say never. If there was a good opportunity and I felt the opportunity was right and it was a good club with good people that I wanted to work with and wanted to have success with, then I would definitely get back involved if the timing was right. But it just hasn't been right for the last sort of 18 months to 2 years, obviously because of personal reasons with dad and stuff like that.
Okay. Just talking about his old man quickly, God rest his soul. What a man. Yeah. Known him since obviously he was kids. We went to his stag do in Marbella, right? Port Banús. So we turned up at the airport, right? And his dad's picked us up because his mum and dad used to live in Spain. And he's pulled up in this car. And it's a 4x4, right?
Pajero Jeep, wasn't it?
It's this Jeep, right? So he's just cut the roof off, right? Like with an angle grinder.
With an angle grinder, yeah.
Right, so it's not even a convertible.
He called it a convertible, so that's a convertible.
Right? So there's 6 of us, and I think only 4 could fit in this car. So we were all in there with our suitcases. It was that sharp. Like if you touched to the side, you'd have cut your hand open.
Yeah. To be fair to the old man, he turned up with 2 boxes of shots, didn't he? And something else in the car.
You had this big diamond earring in your ear. He was like, get that out. He threw it out of the
I was sitting in there, just went like that, crunch, took it out, just threw it out the convertible. Well, not the convertible, but he just threw it on the motorway. Yeah, he just cut the roof clean off, didn't he, Sid?
Oh, man. That is incredible. That reminds me of me and Jono on the way to Stoke when we were at the train station. We had to hold the door shut.
The low rider.
On the low rider, yeah. The door broke, but because it was only his car that we left at the station, he'd had it for like freaking 15 years, didn't he? And he thought, I'll just leave it at the station. So when we get the train up, we get the train, but the door was broke. So we get in it, and my role was to just hold the door as we went down the A500 down to Stoke. Yeah, not just be holding the door. We've got Man United on Saturday. I'm holding the door shut on the way to training. Good luck with it all, mate. It's amazing what you're doing, and the charities obviously are fantastic. They'll benefit greatly from it. You've got a great group together, and that reflects you as a person, I think, and the work you're doing. So So good luck with it, mate. We'll all be there.
Yeah,
we'll be rooting for you.
People want to find out more about it. Where do they go? What do they do?
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff on our socials, Pro Project Promotions. And then obviously on the website, proprojectpromotions.com, there's table packages on that. You can also sponsor a fighter. So if you want one of the fighters that you decide to sponsor, you comes in with your company's logo on the robe, shorts, company logo on the gloves, which will be signed and then given to whoever sponsors the fighter at the end of the night. So there are tables left, and we are. Look, the more tables we sell, the more money we raise, the bigger the success it is. So that's the plan, mate.
Superb, mate. Good luck with it all.
Cheers, lads. Thank you. Ta.
I'm just conscious, obviously, we haven't done any messages this week because I just love talking to Graham Stack, to be quite honest. It is very enjoyable, isn't it? And he's got stories for days. They're always interesting. But we'll do some messages next week. Don't fret. Loved having you here, boys. Nice to be back in the Chumble One bar.
Yeah.
We'll go for a quick Swifty, shall we?
Let's do it.